Hi everyone. It's been a few days since I was able to come on and record um, this, and I'm not even really sure what I want to talk about today. I always ask my angel spirit people, spirit guides, ancestors. I always asked before I come on because I always do that with clients before I work with anybody. I always ask and like feel into it, and I just didn't get anything. So I'm not really sure where I'm going to be going, what's going to be coming out, what I'm going to talk about, and I'm really not sure. And I know they always say I'm supposed to get out of my head because that's how you channel better if you're in flow. They call it creative mode, just doing something that you truly just love. But I get so much into my head, and I know I'm getting better with these. My TikTok, I don't have as many, but my YouTube, I do. But for me, I have to get out of my head. I just have to let go and just trust and have faith, whatever is going to come out that day that's meant to come out and I'm meant to say. And I've been working so hard on trust and faith, and I believe that God will take you, universe will take you down to your core, to nothing, and you will be in your darkest state, and you have to still believe. You still have to believe. And I believe that it's always what's in you that shows outside of you. So if everything's crumbling and everything's going down, that means that's how I feel inside, or the person feels inside. I always feel like, and I always feel like God will do something special. I believe that. I always have believed in that. I've always trusted. I've always had faith. Even my darkest days and even my darkest stuff I've done, and I even say sometimes that the swing in life was the dark side of me too. But being in the swinger life, it was so much fun, and I met so many people, and I got so much like experiences through the swinging life and the lifestyle that I'm not ashamed of at all. I've never been ashamed of that. I always say God puts you wherever you're meant to be. And I even joked with my son clear back when I got divorced, and I said if I ever get taken and I am like in with people that get taken away, like I forget what they're called, but whatever, like women that get taken, I always know that that's where I'm meant to be. Like I always believe you're meant to be where you're meant to be, even in your good states or in your dark states, because I'm going to be honest with you, before I got a divorce, I ended up committing suicide. And I got so dark in my life, I felt like I was trying to make my husband happy. I was trying to make the guy that I was in love with happy, that I was in the swinging life with. Trying to make sure I still was keeping my boys from arguing and fighting and their stuff and everything that was going on with them, that I literally was just done. I was tired and I overdosed, and I'll never forget it because I got taken. My husband, then ex-husband, but then husband, called 911 and they came and got me. And I was so afraid because I never had this happen to me ever. And to be honest with you, I was very scared. They did an Narcan and I was in the hospital, and then they took me to a mental institute, which was in 2.5 hours away from where I lived. And I'll never forget it. I was so scared, and I always thought I would be killed in there. I felt like at first. And I remember saying to my husband then, which is my ex now, I don't want to talk to anybody but the guy that I was in love with in the swinging life. And I wanted to talk to my boys, but I didn't want to talk to my husband very much. And I was just so mad at him. And to be honest with you, I was scared at first, and I was in there for 7 days. And I remember the guy that I truly was in love with in the swinging life told me that you're there for a reason. You can do this. I've done really hard stuff. I know you can do this. And it was like he encouraged me so much. And after I knew that I could do it, like I just felt this, like, I don't know, this power in me. I ended up getting along with the people. I ended up helping there. I felt like it was activities that I used to do where I used to work, and I was trying to help, and I enjoyed it. I mean, how do you enjoy being in a mental institute? Like, by the time I left there, I felt so good because I helped people. The people that worked there liked me, and I walked out with braids in my hair, which was so cute because this one girl did it for me. And the one lady that was my aide, she was so sweet. She was a black lady. She was so nice. She ended up giving me a hug when my ex-husband picked me up. And when I got in the car, my ex-husband said, "And I guess everybody liked you, right?" And I said, "I guess. I don't know. I just really ended up looking at all the good stuff and trying to take the bad of being in," which I didn't take any medicine there. I'm just telling you that right now. I do not recommend unless you really think you need it. I only did it overdose because I was just so stressed, and so not really stressed. I was tired. At that point in my life, I was just tired of everything, and I just wanted to give up. And I remember being so upset after I did it to a degree because of my boys, and knew that that was the wrong thing to do, and I would never suggest that to anybody. But I always feel like sometimes your darkest times of your lives can bring the best out of you, and it really did in a way. I seen it differently when I was in the mental place. And I what I wanted to get back to is I didn't take any of the medicine. I did not take anything. I remember telling, when they make you go up and get in line or whatever, and you have to say if you want anything, and I'd always say, "No, I'm not taking anything, I'm sorry, like, this was an accident, I didn't mean to do it, and I want to get out of here as soon as possible." So I didn't do any of the medicine or anything. But I met a lot of good people, and I feel like I was there to help, and I feel like I was there for a reason. And it made me look at how your life can be so bad and so rough, and like things can happen, but you can find the better things out of life and turn it around, I guess, is what I wanted to try to say, is like how a bad thing can turn around to end up being a good thing, and being grateful that you're there, and you're there for a reason, and knowing that even if I helped one person or two people or whatever. And I really did never forget this one guy, and I felt so bad for him because he had so many things that he said was coming through his head, and people were telling him to do things, that we talked all evening. And the next day he literally came over and did thank me for talking to him and being there and letting him talk to me about everybody that's talking in his head. And I do know that there's stuff, then people have that, and I really feel bad for people that have that. But I just feel like you never know where God's going to put you, and you have to be grateful for wherever it is, no matter what, and just always make the best out of anything that you are put into a bad situation. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, I wanted to make sure I do my last thing here. But I am Charlene Carver, and I'm an Earth Angel, and I'm truly here to help anyone, or to help, and I'm helping myself as I'm talking to you guys, because I always feel like this helps me so much to come on and talk to you guys, and I'm truly here to help anybody that wants to work with me or anything like that, because I really feel like this earth it's getting better, and there's way more better going on here. So, and that makes my heart feel so good, and I truly just want to be love and to give love out to the world. So, um that's really kind of all I really have to say today. So it was a little bit different today, and that's okay too, because not every way is going to be the same. But anyways, I love you all, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye bye.